Hi, my name is Diana Garrett, and I've always been an artist. I was a teacher in my early career years, and now I work for Prismacolor. I travel the country sharing Prismacolor product knowledge and techniques with students, teachers, and artists. I love my life and cannot imagine doing anything else. Sometimes I have to pinch myself to see that I'm really living my dream. And today I'd like to show you how to use our Prismacolor brush fine art marker with paper crafted rubber stamped images. So I have a rubber stamp and I have stamped the image twice, and I've used embossing powder to make a little raised edge around my image. Now our double-ended art marker is very versatile, and you can use it to fill in flat areas, and this is our brush tip, and I just want to show you here how easy it is for me to get nice even color here. I'm making my border here, and I am just filling this in. If you have some little marks, just keep going over it. And it's an alcohol-based marker, and so the alcohol will saturate the paper and it will even out the color so that we have some nice even color for our border. You can see how easy that is to color. Now after I've thoroughly colored this, I just need a small border around the outside. As you can see, the green right here. So these markers make great solid areas, but probably the most fun thing about using these markers is for blending. And so I have my background piece done here, and now you can see how that will fit over that when I'm finished. Now I want to color this image that is the background of my stamped image. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow to the leaves. And I just want to see through that yellow onto the bottom here. So I'm going to take a green, and this is the spring green, and just go in here and fill that in. And the raised edge of the stamped image keeps my marker right on target here. I want to see a little bit of that yellow through there, so I'm just using two colors here. Now, if I would like to darken one of these leaves a little bit, I'm going to put some fresh marker on it, and then I'll take a little bit darker color, and I can go in and just barely touch that to it, and I have a little bit darker there. If I want to, then I could take our colorless blender marker, and this will help that to blend right in there. See how nice that made a little shading there, and then I can clean it off just a little bit on my scrap paper. So I would probably do a little bit more shading to those leaves, and now I want to color the bird. And so to start the bird, I'm going to use my lighter shade here of light cerulean blue. And I'm using a pressure, and then I'm letting off pressure so that you can see it's dark there and then it gets lighter. So that's what I'm doing here, trying to get a lighter shade on the breast area here, my little blue bird. And I'm going to just stop right here on the wing, because I want to go in then, and I want to soften that chest area. So I'm going to take my colorless blender again, and I'm going to put some of the colorless blender. You can't really, it looks like I'm doing nothing here, but it's really softening that color a little bit, and it's saturating the paper here, so that now when I go in with my blue, it just kind of blends in and disappears right in there. You can see how that's making a nice soft gradation right there. And I'll continue. The more layers you add, the darker it gets, so you can see by the back of this head here and down here on these wing tips, it's going to be a little bit darker as I add more marker. I want it to be a little bit darker yet, so I'm going to go with a darker color. This is muted turquoise. You can see how nice that blends in. It's a little shading in there. The parts to the back will be a little bit darker. Put a little outline around here. Then I need a little bit of yellow for the beak. A little yellow for the legs. And I'm going to put just a little bit of yellow into this tree here before I add some other colors to it. And a little bit of brown color. This is bronze. Bronze is a good color for a tree. I'm not going to fill that in solid. I'm going to try and make it look dimensional by just filling in some of it. Layering over the top of that yellow. Okay. Now, I would want to make it a little darker around the eye. A little darker behind the neck. And see, that's just, it's so easy to use these markers. I just love using them. It's kind of like an addiction, marker addiction. So, I think I like that pretty well. I don't think I forgot any parts except for the background here. For the background, this is light cerulean blue, and I think that first I would coat it with my brush tip marker with the colorless blender, because that will help me to make a softer shade back there. Oh, got a little smear right there. Now we'll fix that. Let me put our color on. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of color up at the top here, and this will help me blend that down and make a little background here for this bird. Put a little blue sky in. Well, I guess I'll make the whole sky blue. Soften that up. Over here, get a little softness so that that fades out to a gradual gradation. Nice blue sky. Now, I would also add a little border here of color in this line, a little flat color right in here. I'm going to use the darker blue. I'm changing my colors up here a little bit, but that's okay. When you do your rubber stamped images, you probably stamp a few and then color them in different color schemes too. So you can see how easy this point, it makes a very fine line, makes a medium line, or it's great for filling in. So you can see how I would finish that up. Then I would color my other bird piece here exactly like I did here. And I would get ready and I would layer these on my cards then. Here's my background. Here's my bird image, and I'd use a little glue dot or something that would raise this up and place this on top and add some ribbon, add some verbiage, and I have a lovely card that's perfect for sending. The brush fine tip art marker is perfect for all of your paper crafting needs, whether you're rubber stamping, whether you're scrapbooking. I hope you'll try the product. Thank you.